Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Kiera,
This is Leah.
This is Solo.
and you are listening to He Said, We Said. Happy Valentine's Day.
Ooh, I forgot.
No, you did not.
Oh, come on. Why
It doesn't
would
feel
I?
like it, though. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Outside, it's a little murky, windy, chilly, raining, and it does not feel like a romantic
Love
type.
is not in the air for me.
Oh.
So it just doesn't feel like it's Valentine's. Well, okay, because when I think about it, if I think about like a traditional Valentine's Day, you got people all in the office, and normally you have flowers and stuff kind of in your face everywhere.
Okay.
And like,
That's fair.
I just wake up.
It is normally during the week, it seems
Yeah.
like. So with it being on the weekend, it is kind of out of sight, out of mind. Unless your significant other, had you
the
wake up to
room. Yeah.
roses and stuff.
Right, so that's what I mean. I'm not inundated all week with it, and tomorrow I will not be inundated with like gifts and stuff
Okay.
all over the place.
I wonder if COVID has something to do with that too. Because I'm even thinking about going to the grocery stores. Yeah, there's stuff there, but it doesn't seem to have the same like any other year.
Yeah, like just an abundance of chocolates and
Flowers
hearts
and
balloons
yeah.
I've definitely limited my time in the grocery store, but let me tell you, yesterday was a mess. Did y'all go to the grocery store this weekend?
No,
Trash. Absolute trash.
because of the weather.
Has to be. So out here, we're expecting wintry blizzards or however they're calling it on the news
Ice storm.
station. Yeah, we got a winter storm advisory starting later today for the next couple days. And so I think people are going crazy. Who is that? What was Shanti's word? Bananas. Bananas. Like, so I pull up at HEB. HEB already is a super HEB out in the suburbs, and it's huge parking lot. People are parked in the parking lot behind HEB, like in the other strip centers. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like multiple strip centers in one. They park in other ones. Like, that's how far back traffic is going.
I forgot that's your new HEB. So it's
Horrible.
all the suburban moms.
Everybody is out
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Gotta get
So-
reacquainted to the layout of the grocery store, because I like
yes
to know where
and
my
no.
shit's at when I run in. But now you got a new.
Yes and no, because I am curbside. I just was like,
Oh.
dang, I had to go get something. I was like, dang, I don't have that much time, because you gotta normally do it a couple days ahead of time.
Yeah, I was about to say they do same day.
Yeah, you gotta pay for that though. So I don't.
Oh.
I pick it up, and so I get there. I'm like, it's gonna be good. In and out. All I gotta do is get this. Man, all of the lines. They got Express 10 or less, Express 15 or less, and then they got the rest. All the lines were open. All of them were extended back halfway through the aisles, like the aisles of the supermarket. And so
Dang.
that is how packed it
Fudge.
was. So you got 20 aisles open, and
Folks is
all of
cooking
them.
tonight.
Huh?
They cooking tonight.
They cooking. That's what it was. Everybody's cooking. Everybody's
Everyone's
getting
drinking.
extra. Yeah, everybody
mate.
got all their stuff. But I thought it was just me. But then like 2 or 3 people were also at the grocery store yesterday and like posting on their stories. I was like, okay, great. It wasn't just me. It's crazy out here.
Folks trying to get their tomahawks. Trying to get their surf and turf together,
Well,
Okay.
They're
what you
trying
doing?
We're going to try to go out to eat. But no. Real quick, low key, I really do need to start doing that curbside pickup, though. I'm only a little skeptical about it because how's the produce, though?
That's
put notes
my
in mine.
thing.
I feel like, especially if I'm the motherfucker picking your shit out, there may be some days I'm like, yeah, let me get some good shit for it. There'll
If
be some
it's
days
busy-
I'm like, nigga, let me.
Okay.
So one thing I do to help that, it would be make sure you're one of the first people because you get the
Comments, no brown spots.
Yeah, no, in the comments, like for bananas, now it's a choice. Because I used to type green bananas.
2 green, 3
No.
yellow, brownish.
But now it's like you select, when you hit bananas, you select green, yellow, or something else.
Brown.
Or don't care or something like that, basically.
Not dookie.
But I would definitely do the earlier ones and I would never do it on the weekend. Because it's just too much going on. They're fighting with the people at the store. Because you see them with their big
not on
carts.
Sunday.
I would not pick up. I
Sundays
would
is
not
my
do a
grocery
pickup
day.
Sunday or no.
Sunday's your grocery day? Mine is usually
Sunday
like
or a
Monday.
Thursday. During the week, it'll be like a Tuesday or Thursday, but weekends, it's a Sunday.
Tuesday morning is great.
Tuesday morning is
Morning?
great. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you pick up, you can pick up starts I think at 7.
I haven't done the
Pick up.
curbside yet. I love the grocery store. I'm that person. I go to the grocery store once a week.
The only grocery store I can just say I really enjoy the experience is maybe Central Market.
Oh, 100%. That's where I shop.
Well, that's within your vicinity, though.
Okay, yeah, it is a
going
bit
out
of
of
a...
the way for me to just go to a grocery store.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
well...
Yeah, my bad. Sorry to digress.
Happy Valentine's Day, people. We want to give a rest in peace to Mary Wilson. She was one of the original members of the Supremes. She passed away at, I think, 76 in her sleep, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know a lot about the woman. I learned some stuff during the week. Did not know her and Diana had a beef. And when I saw Diana's statement, I was like, it was kind of dry.
Ooh. What did she say? I didn't even see Diana's statement.
So Diana was basically just like, I'm paraphrasing. She was a good woman. Pray for her family and her friends. I did not know that Mary, so for those of y'all listening, she wrote a book, I think back in the 70s, and it was like Your Dream Girl. They turned that into the Broadway show Dreamgirls, and which was the movie. So the movie is loosely based on the life of the Supremes, which people already kind of knew that, but yeah, like she is the one who
I didn't know that. I thought it was just
together.
loosely based on, I just thought it was, like you were saying, on the Supremes. I didn't think
a Supreme actually
Yeah.
orchestrated it, essentially.
The girl died at like 30-something, right? The other one, Florence?
I think so.
Like a heart attack?
Something.
Like
My
that.
God.
Something.
I didn't know that the beef was still intact.
I mean, I don't know if it's still intact. Of course, there's YouTube stuff that pop up.
Somebody that was in the group like you, and she stayed in the group to the end pretty much until Diana branched off.
Right.
Like, you'd think even your damn publicist would conjure up a better statement than that. So it's like, come on now.
Well, see, this is the
Maybe
thing. Like,
she's
Mary has kind of dragged her. I saw some interviews from back in the day. Mary did an interview with Barbara Walters, and then Diana had to do an interview after that. Like, she said that we didn't offer her no money. I offered to double it. She didn't want to go on tour. Like,
it was
so
intense.
I mean, yes. Like, they were on Good Morning America talking about this beef back in the day. So it was interesting seeing that stuff because obviously, like, that's before my time, kind of.
But I always loved that clip with her and Don coming down that Soul Train line.
That was my first time seeing it when she passed. It was cute. It was a cute clip.
I haven't seen it.
Don, you don't go down me. It's like, I always thought she was cute in that clip.
I did
was
not
a cute
look stuff
girl.
up. I'm gonna have to spend the day
And look it up.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, dang, and I let it go.
Low key, shout out to the Supremes, period. I didn't even realize just how revolutionary they were. Like, you hear the songs, whatever. But, like, they were wearing, like, couture gowns and, like, high fashions. You didn't see black women wearing the kind of stuff that they were wearing. So, and they were traveling the world, like, they were killing. And then Diana became bigger than the Supremes, and,
Did you see the documentary that had the Hitsville Motown one?
I don't think I've seen that.
I don't know. Don't tell me why I had time last week to watch it, but
It was good.
I mean, it took me back to like, damn.
You got them Detroit roots.
But
That
was
he probably felt a little more connected.
All the shit that went into like building this little, record company, but like all the training they had to go through, the etiquette training and the songwriters, and like how they pretty much built it like the assembly line. The artists had to go to these different stations, and then of course they talking about the artists in general and Stevie the Prodigy and Mark.
Wow.
They
low key was
wish I was in
killing it.
Detroit back in the day.
Yeah, people you ain't had nobody signed to Motown.
For some reason, like, you'd think my mother would have just had some more personal stories about the shit. She never really just shared too much shit about, like, growing up like that. It was crazy. But,
Yeah.
I mean, was she like? Okay, so
she was
she
on the west
grew
side
up-
with them motherfuckers.
And
too.
they're all
So
about the same
I-
age, right?
There's no way they
same
didn't
generation.
know the Gordies in that group.
Yeah,
and the way
yeah.
they said people were just coming in and out and hanging out and just would go down there. I was like, y'all ain't got no stories. There was 7 of y'all. None of y'all knew anybody. Was trying to sing and doo-wop.
Look, I would have been right there at the door.
Like but it was cool, man. I really did appreciate. And then I was listening to the Crime Town, so I was really just in
did
my
you
Detroit
finish
did you
it?
get to the Detroit one?
I'm at Kwame now.
Listen, that
So
Kwame.
I didn't know Kwame was just. Well, I forgot his mom was into politics like that. But yeah, so I'm right there with it. So
Shout out to Detroit.
yeah, man, make me want to see my fam. But okay.
Okay, well, rest in peace to Mary. I want to also give a rest in peace / like prayers up to that pileup that happened in Dallas. Well, it was like Fort Worth. It was over 100 cars that were. It looked like it was like the HOV. It's not funny because people died.
It's not funny, but I was just like 100. I had to like.
It is a lot. It's a lot.
100, but I was like, that black
Was
ice must have been intense.
My mom told me 130 something, like total.
Something.
Yeah, so like, yeah, people, and that's the thing that sucks, capitalism. So people getting these advisory warnings, there's ice on the ground, stay home if you can, but people got bills to pay, right? They got people, to, mouths to feed. So they still got to go. And yeah, I guess with the ice, like, you can't really stop it, right?
Yeah.
So if the only thing that's going to stop you is a barrier. And so, all them cars just kept going. They had like a couple 18-wheelers that like flew on top of cars. And
once you catch it.
But like, I wonder how far ahead you can see it happening. Because once you get to a certain point, a lot of times as you're driving, you're like, wait a second, what's that up there?
It had to
and you start slowing
traffic,
down.
Though.
Yeah, because it was so many people.
Like just a chain reaction.
Yeah.
Put on the brake, beep, beep, beep. And it was just, and low key, it probably just slid all the way into.
Well, it looked like it was like the HOV lane. So like, just think of like the barricaded HOV lane. And I don't know how long the ice goes, but it might just be one slick spot and you just keep on like.
Yeah. And then, like, when you stop, you're hoping the person behind you will stop. But, but my homeboy was driving. He said 10 miles an hour and slid off the motherfucking road. So,
oh, my God.
Yeah, it's pretty crucial.
It is. Texas, we are not used to that. We got to get that ice. I mean, the salt, is that what it is that they put on?
Yeah, people were saying that, and it's just like, I guess we just don't have we just don't have the infrastructure, for them to do it in the amount of roads and stuff that we would need them to, because we just don't have that kind of crew.
Snowplow.
Look, just stay home. We ain't getting out there. You shouldn't either. Stay home.
I guess the funny part with that is because if you say like, oh, Houston doesn't really have like the infrastructure for it, but it's like, I mean, dang, we flood a lot too, and then when that comes, like, we don't have that either. It's like, what are we ready for?
Look, I still got my little.
Ice cream. I have mine too.
I think I still got mine.
Back in the day, I used to have to do that every morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Had your gloves.
Had my gloves, car warming up. Make sure we get the driveway together.
And then, they always have to tell people, now don't put boiling water on the window. I'm like, who is doing that? But
some people wouldn't do that,
feel
though.
Look, I had no context. I don't relate. I can't relate. So if I probably would have thought about that if I didn't see those warning posts. Like, oh, okay. Because I didn't grow up
having to do that. Yeah. All kinds of Houstonians boiling some water and just throwing it on
that motherfucker.
Glass shattered. Yikes. Well, also Trump got acquitted. I don't have anything else to say.
It was expected.
He said MAGA has just gotten started.
So this means he still can run, though.
Yes, he can still run. Speechless.
Ooh, yeah. I don't know if my heart can take it in the next 4 years to get prepped for that one.
I don't even know if that man would do it again. I wonder. Like, that would take a lot of, I guess, tenacity. Is that the right word? Like, for him to stick it out.
Too old and decrepit
he ought to be pushing 80, getting close to 80 by that time, if I'm not mistaken. If not already 80. So,
would he stick around, do that? I don't know. I saw some people saying, like, the Republican Party wants to distance himself, but not enough of them want to, clearly. So, who knows?
Yikes. Well, they strong as Gorilla Glue. Is that what it is? Oh, God, that Gorilla Glue girl. Okay, the story. Did you follow it, Solomon?
When I say loosely,
so
I saw, like, clearly there's a video of this girl with the slick back. Okay. I saw Gorilla Glue, and I'm like, is this a brand, or is this the actual Gorilla Glue? Days later, it was really Gorilla. Because I didn't click on that video. The video was like, how long? The first one. When she's like, y'all.
It was not that long.
It wasn't that long.
I just was like,
had to be less than a minute.
Next.
Yeah, it was very quick. I mean, if you even want to go through this whole story, but basically the way that she has told the story, I think she wanted something that was gonna. She ran out of Gots to Be, and
Yes.
Edge control.
It's glue.
hairspray, glue.
It's glue. Okay.
A lot of people use it for like wigs.
Wigs. Okay.
But it also is good to like lay your hair down. So it functions as a gel, edge control, everything.
Ran out of
Strong hold, yes.
Right, stronghold, but it's in that container, a spray container. And what she says happened. She saw that brand, she picked it up. That's where it gets a little confusing for me because I'm trying to figure out where she saw it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that part happened, but she got it by mistake.
Wait, so she bought it?
She bought it. It was, I
I thought it was like, oh, I ran out. This is laying around the house.
no way.
Oh,
No.
see, I thought that too. So she ran out of Gossipy glue, and instead of buying more Gossipy glue, she bought Gorilla Glue.
That's what she said. I thought she ran out and bought that as like a alternative.
Okay.
I thought so.
Well, that would make me confused because Gorilla Glue is not in the hair section.
Wow.
That's why I said I was
that's why
confused.
really lost.
Okay, so I watched her thing on ET. I was under the impression that she was saying that she ran out of Gossipy glue. She looked at what was in the house. She saw that and she thought that she was in a rush. She was trying to get somewhere.
That's
and so,
even more confusing for me.
to me, that would make more sense than her running out of glue and then going to the store and not buying what she's used to buying. Her buying
I
something
thought
else.
that it was like an Amazon buy where it was like a related, and she was like, "Oh, it's a different brand."
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. It was like, "Oh, it's a different brand. She got it offline or something and bought it or something like that." Like
okay.
it was, she wanted something else.
Got it.
But it laying around the house, whoever bought it, like, wouldn't they have been able to tell her, like, "Hey, this isn't."
Child, I don't know. Okay.
So basically, a mistake was made.
Right.
She put it in her hair, and it stuck. And she said by the time she had made that video, it had been like, what, a month?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
She had that in for a month before she put it on social media. She put up the video, went to sleep, woke up, saw that it had become like a viral thing. So she showed people that she tried to wash it out. She said she washed her hair many different times, put all kinds of different oils in there.
Paint thinner?
Nothing worked. Look, no.
She just said she
Like,
tried a
what do
whole
you
bunch.
use? Alcohol.
I don't know. I think she
Peroxide?
was originally trying like to wash it like normal, and I think that's what people said that was part of the mistake she made because of the way that the glue reacts to water. It kind of
Activates it.
Tightens and hard.
yes, it hardens it even more. So I mean, that's where we kind of find ourselves. Everyone giving her these, oh, do this, try this, and then she ends up going to the emergency room to get help. And basically, they were doing kind of like, was it acetone with saline or?
Yeah, they had that they were giving to her, and they told her it was going to be probably closer to 20 hours to do.
Mm-hmm.
She asked if it's something that she can do at her house. They said yes, and so they gave her the supplies for her to do it at home. But the problem was that it was burning her, and there was actually, she showed
Chemical
that she
burn.
had like a lost some of her edge. So, people, I don't know if she created a GoFundMe or if the people did, but she has a GoFundMe. People donated to that. And then you had all different kinds of people reaching out, offering their services. So Beyonce's hairstylist offered to make her a wig. Another famous hairdresser, said that they'd give her a wig. Now, on her interview, she was saying that there was all these different stories coming out that weren't true. So she said that she did not accept any of the offers. There was a rumor that TMZ started that she was trying to sue Gorilla Glue. She said that was false, that she was not trying to sue them. And she says she literally just wants her hair to be removed. So a doctor did reach out. He's based out of LA. I believe yes, and he got it out.
Yeah, and I did see that video. I was like, all right, this is a long story. Let me at least see the triumphant video where she was just
running her fingers through her hair.
Yeah.
Was
He
her
said he
first
had made
comment
it-
like
he
it's
had to
darker
make
than
the
normal?
solution, huh?
Yes.
Like he had combined two different things, I think, to make the solution to.
Yeah, but you know what? Somebody told us that that someone else came up with that earlier. Or someone had
Why didn't
mentioned that
motherfucker
earlier.
just-
I don't know.
Some random person in the comments said that shit.
I think so. So like someone had some kind of video saying like this is what she should do too, but obviously she didn't listen to it. And this guy's saying, "Hey, I'll fly you out. I'll do it." Like, okay,
you're a professional. I'd rather go to a professional than me come up with your concoction on my own at the house.
And I'm pretty sure at that point she was tired of trying everything.
Yeah.
She probably tried every fucking remedy, concoction.
I'm
I
sure.
would fly me out, please.
Yeah. I hope that she doesn't have any scalp damage. There was talk about like her hair follicles maybe being damaged where it may not grow. Who knows? I don't know. I hope her hair doesn't break out because we've seen relaxers do some damage. So I could only imagine you having Gorilla Glue and then whatever concoction to get it out.
I just saw the whole thing, and as crazy as it seemed, I was just like, girl, I hope she comes out with a hopeful ending because this is too much.
Too much.
But please, good luck.
I think I saw someone keeping tabs of the story of each month in 2021.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
And she made
the
February.
capital January, and she was February. I was like, damn, you mean to tell me I wasn't paying attention?
I saw that. I've seen some videos too where people are like, "Oh, she's making this up." So one of them was a guy who gorilla glued his lips to a cup or cups to his lips, whatever.
Silly.
And I think he like lost some of his lip when they had to remove it. And then there was another chick who wanted to show that this lady was lying, and she put gorilla glue in her hair and did it. But like, I don't know. People were just like, "Okay, what was your point in doing this? Like, what did you prove?" But then two, I guess there's different types of gorilla glue. So she was like, "See, like, it's not bad. Like, I can still comb this out, and it's white. Hers was black." And I mean, it's just like, why y'all? Like,
Did you get the exact same brand that she? Does it even matter?
does it even matter? Does it even matter?
I think I saw somebody put like they came out with a chapstick for men, Gorilla Glue chapstick.
I saw that caption, but it was really just the Gorilla Glue.
Was it? I was just like, y'all silly.
Yeah, no. And then there was one video. It was fake though. It was a girl who allegedly had tried to like give herself a wax with Gorilla Glue strips or something crazy, but it was fake. You just saw a girl pouring like water down there. But yeah, it came out that was not true. You know what? People were saying she did it for clout. Some people were saying it was a genuine mistake. I don't know. But sis, go ahead. Get whatever you can get from it.
I have to imagine it was a genuine mistake. She came out a month later and said something about it. Like, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. That is such a ridiculous story for that to be for clout.
Look, I actually would. I think it's better that it was an ignorant mistake versus doing it for clout.
It's just absolutely stupid. If you came up with something like that just for clout, you probably could have came up with something else.
100%.
But you put your scalp
in harm's way.
Okay, so Halle Berry was very upset, took to Twitter to let the people know that people should not have to pay so much money in child support to the point that they are supporting their ex's lifestyle. So I don't know if you guys remember, but Halle Berry had a daughter. I think that girl ought to be a teenager now.
Is this with her buddy from is this the first dude?
This is the first one. Blonde hair at the time.
Oh, the white guy. The white
okay.
guy.
Yes.
Now I remember.
So I don't know what their custodial arrangement is, but she is ordered to pay. I don't remember the number. I think it may have been around $18,000 a month, maybe, in child support. And she is saying that it's basically extortion, her words. And she feels that the system needs to be reevaluated. Somebody asked her, okay, do you feel this way about alimony? She said, I have never had alimony. I haven't been in a situation where that's been needed, so I can't speak on that. I'm only speaking on child support. So what do y'all think?
At first, listen, I mean, it sounds reasonable. I think we have talked about this, I guess, from the other side, but I think when we've talked about it, we've talked about more on the, like, divorce side of it. But, like, it's not like the child is going to be, like, lacking in her case example. So like me having to give my spouse this money in whatever kind of support is just like, okay, if my child actually needed this to maintain like a similar lifestyle, like I would be able to do that. But I mean, of course, I don't know the arrangements between the two, but it's just a lot. It sounds like a lot, but I'm also poor. So
yeah. Halle, cut the check. That's how I feel.
Well,
I
will give it to you for being consistent with that. Then
look,
I will give it to you.
You chose this man, like,
but
you chose the model.
Does she not have the primary custody, or is it different in California where you don't have to have primary?
We don't know what the arrangement
California has
is.
some crazy divorce shit, that alimony shit.
But they
were never married
together.
Well, you don't have to be married. Well, to have the whole custody.
Oh, I see what you're saying,
like
child support and whatnot.
Yeah, you can file for custody, and so, I don't know. I'd assume normally they would just let the mom. Usually they lean more towards the woman anyway. But like, what garnered her to not be able to have primary?
Well, even if they have like,
does.
what is it when you have like split custody or whatever?
Joint.
So joint, there we
Joint,
go.
yeah.
So if he's with her 4 days out of the week, Halle has her 3, or vice versa. I guess her child support is contributing to when she's not with her, which, in poor people's terms, $18,000 a month and you only have your child half of the month does sound a bit extreme. But again, like, you chose this man, you decided to have a baby with the man. This is just kind of what comes with it. We have to be more selective on the people we choose to deal with.
Well,
I guess so.
I'll be honest, it definitely needs to be revisited. Like, I get it. Laws are meant to be amended and things like that. But, it's ironic, of course, that you never hear, the woman complain about it until she has to pay. But I think it's pretty much consistent. Whoever ends up having to pay the child support is always going to bitch and complain about it. I mean, you see parents all the time wanting to get custody of the kids just so that they don't have to pay the child support. But $18,000.
What's the alternative? I guess we kind of have to almost
They need to cap that motherfucker.
You almost have to ignore the dollar, though, because, it's Halle Berry. I don't know how much she has, but I'm sure she's okay.
Or
$18,000 really shouldn't even be putting a dent in it. It's really the principle for her. And if she doesn't like this man and she is seeing him living a luxurious lifestyle that she perceives as paying for, I understand why you're upset. But it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm different, and I have not been in a situation like this, so it is easy for me to have a different opinion on it. But it's like, girl, if this is literally a drop in the bucket, like $18,000, she probably could be paying more, honestly. $18,000 a month is what? I don't know the math, maybe $300,000 a year, something like that. Halle Berry is worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. So that girl ought to be coming up on 18 pretty soon, I'd imagine. I think she had that girl in like 05, 06, 07, somewhere around that.
Those kids are old.
Low key, if I was her, man, I'd just pay it off.
Once, at however long ago?
Well, I mean, you can, in certain instances, just pay ahead. But I know for Texas, you can always remodify every 3 years or if something, substantial or materially has changed within the circumstances. But if it's a drop in the bucket, like she said, just pay it off.
And honestly, is your child supposed to be eating steak and shrimp at your house and then oodles and noodles at dad's house? Like, I mean, what would have been an enough, or what amount would make it so that you feel like the money is only going towards the child? And does that mean, like, I guess I'm not really understanding.
That's what I was thinking when I was saying, well, what's the alternative? Like, how do you make like, you can't give it to the child. You can't just say, oh, here's your money for when you're at your dad's. Like, you have to give it to that spouse. So maybe it is, like, to your point, like, pick your people wisely. But at the same time, like, okay, Halle, I get you have this feeling about it, but I mean, how do you support the child without, with leaving him out? At a certain point, like, it is kind of supporting his lifestyle too. I mean, I'm not eating noodles and my child's having steak.
I feel like if there was a way to do maybe an accounting of where the money's going, or if there's a way to challenge the spending of the the child support.
Maybe then that's it too. Like
but
maybe that's what she means. Then it's like, look, if I'm gonna do this, like show
me where the money's going. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how did we come
You
up
see
with
this house?
18?
That's where the money's going.
I mean, but it's
Low-key.
that's what I'm saying. Now, granted, there's really no way you can argue, oh, well, this is what we living in, But if it's certain other things that they're paying for, like clothing and jewelry and stuff, then it's like, okay. But I mean, I don't see why they couldn't go back and try to tighten up, regulations on child support. Not saying that we're trying to get out of paying it, but, it's supposed to support the child. So I feel like if there's any bit of that expense that's not going towards the child, then that person should be kind of held accountable.
It's a gray area, though. Like, it's
because,
a gray area for
because
me.
Because at the same time, you're also encouraging people not to work.
Okay.
Well, you know
what?
Look,
what do you mean?
This is what I say.
By them using that money to just chill.
Okay. And
like I said,
I'm
you're
raising the
encouraging
child.
people not to work. And if that's the case, well, shit, I can pay for the child to live and not,
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It is great, and there's so many routes you can go with it. And this one is interesting because again, this is the woman this time, and typically, traditionally speaking, the woman does have the full custody, oftentimes at least. So, does she have the child full time, and she is still paying custody to somebody, and they essentially are not giving? Like, what is
the agreement though? Yeah,
Yes.
like what's the agreement? How often is this man? Is it actually 50-50?
Yeah, and you mean to tell me your lawyers couldn't beat his lawyer?
Well,
look,
what's that about? Look, that lets me know something else must be going on.
But it could also be that 18 is probably a drop.
You know what?
It's probably not that much
what it boiled
anyway.
down to it, she probably was the motherfucker cheating.
Well, who knows? Y'all, we gonna pretend that 18 is a made up number. I don't know for certain, but I mean, again, Halle Berry, she has an Oscar for crying out loud. Like, Halle Berry is doing okay. So, yeah, that's your girl.
She is on Principality. That's it.
But my thing is this: are you doing well? If you bitching about a drop in the bucket?
Well, let's see.
Okay,
Let's look up Halle Berry's net.
Halle Berry is. You know what? I don't even need to know. I'm sure she's fine.
I would imagine she has at least 90 million. Come on.
Okay. Then why are you bitching?
Because you don't want to see your ex living large. You want them to be working a full-time job when they weren't working a full-time job when y'all got together. Like, they weren't clocking into the office.
Yeah, she tripping.
So
she's tripping.
Cut the check for now until we get back in the court and amend these laws or whatever. Cut the check and go on with your life.
I'm surprised she even said something about that. I feel like I don't hear that much from Halle for this to be the thing. For this to have been the thing that she came out about, I'm a little surprised.
She was on the road with her Chloe stuff, right?
Wait, what Chloe
supporting
stuff?
Chloe and all that.
Chloe who? Chloe and Halle?
Yeah.
Bailey?
Fuck, or was it? Chloe's the one that was.
Chloe's the one who's been out there. Yeah.
She had made some comment supporting her and stuff. I was like, look at her trying to be the auntie and da-da-da-da-da. And only for her to come back with.
Oh, my God.
She said extortion, okay? Look.
Yeah.
You know what? Mazel, I hope it works out, whatever. Next up, there's this doctor based out of Houston. To make a very long story short, vaccines expire, people. So you have X amount of time to administer it to people. So he saw that some vaccines were going to expire within the next 5 or 6 hours or so. The clinic only had a couple hours left before they were going to close down. So that meant that those vaccines were going to have to go in the trash. He asked if he could give the remaining, I think it was about 10 vaccines to people that he knew. He got approval to do so. And so when he left work, he gave it to the people. There was one person who no longer could get the vaccine for whatever reason. And so with 15 minutes left until the vaccine was going to expire, he gave it to his wife. I guess they have it at a time down to the T. So, yeah, he gave it to his wife. He came to work, and he told them that the person backed out. He ended up giving it to his wife so that he wouldn't waste. They felt a way about it. I think they told him to leave. I could be making this part up. But essentially, they did look into it further, and now there is a prosecutor here in Houston who is going after him. So this is really sparking a conversation of A, what he did, is it ethical? Is it not ethical? And B, with the vaccines, like what's going on with this rollout, basically, that we have vaccines that we are throwing in the trash.
Yeah, that's the biggest takeaway from this story is like, how are they expiring?
Well, I mean, they're expiring because I guess, don't you take them out or something? They have to be stored at a certain temperature, and if they're out of that temperature.
But there's people that need the vaccine.
So this sounded like this was a clinic that was kind of like a what do you call it? A walk-in clinic. It didn't seem like this is one where you had to do the appointments, because based off the conversation in the transcript, he was like, okay, we only have a couple more hours left. We've only had 4 people come in the last X amount of hours. We probably aren't going to use all of these vaccines. Let's start figuring out who we can give it to.
Because I was under the impression that, okay, we're not able to administer to all the people. There's a waiting list. There's people that have tried to sign up, haven't been able to get any, and y'all are throwing them away.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, this rollout has been really unorganized.
You know, I can understand if we were out in fucking Broken Bow. I don't know.
Basically to say, like, we're running out of people that want it.
Running out of people that want it. But we're in Houston, Texas, where matter of fact, just had a conversation with an elderly woman at the park about how she's been on the list for a while and still waiting.
Jamal told me about that.
Nosy woman. But,
like,
you know, it's just like, and y'all are throwing these motherfuckers away.
Yeah, it's actually kind of scary. So just think about the ones that they're throwing in the trash. I'm pretty sure the super elite have gotten their vaccines because, you know, there's a black market for show. So part of maybe this conversation, or why the prosecutor wants to try to, you know, seek this one out, is maybe to prohibit stuff like this from happening in the future. Because it's like,
at first,
go ahead.
Yeah, no, because at first when I first saw that article, I'm like, I mean, what's the problem? And I only say that because I know people that have kind of walked up to stuff at the last minute and were able to get a vaccine for some reason because they had extras that were expiring or whatever. And so I guess if that's what you know, and, you know, his wife happened to be one of the ones, it's like, dang. But if I am, I guess, like I'm a prosecutor, or I'm looking at this like from a broader sense. If everybody does this,
right,
you're setting precedent. If we don't do anything about it, this is going to be a horrible next 5 months or however.
Everyone's going to say that the vaccine was expiring, so they gave it to their friends and their family.
Yeah, so yeah, all my friends and family just happened to be the ones that knew that I was expiring. I was running out today. And so it's like, right, the next day. Like.
But then what are you suggesting, that they maybe advertise expiring vaccines going out today? Because who else would you give them to other than your friends and family? Those are the people you know.
It seems like it should be a better setup of, okay, we have X amount of people sign up for this day, so we take out that amount of vaccines, versus, okay, we're going to take out 200 vaccines today, and we're just going to see who comes or who shows up.
Yeah. That just seems really...
Or, like, have a better system for a waiting list. Like, come today and we might be able to do this or whatever. Like, I just don't know. Does that mean that they only are getting vaccine delivered daily? Like, are you dropping them off and it's like, hey, I have 20 appointments today. I need this many vaccines. And then people canceling appointments, like, dang it, I have 1 left. Like, is that, like, what's happening on the actual administration of it? Like, I don't know.
I don't know either. I guess we'll see as time goes on with this story, what ends up happening. But definitely fascinating. I also hope that within the next, 3 to 6 months, it'll open up so that our group can get
I'm looking at the end of March.
It should be
that,
soon.
Man. They throwing away vaccines.
No. Tomorrow.
Give me tomorrow.
What place was that?
I don't know.
Look, I'm sure it's online somewhere.
I'm going to walk in. Hey, I heard y'all expiring.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm sure. I feel like that's the thing now, because it doesn't seem to be any kind of real. But maybe after this story, they're going to be like, no, we don't do that here.
Right. Wrong clinic.
They shut this one down.
Yeah.
No, we throwing them out. We throwing them out. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so it's time for the verses, and we are talking about dating shows. So if you could choose to be on any dating show, period, from the beginning of time, from when they started to now, which one would you have been on?
I'm telling you, the first thing that comes to mind is Bachelorette.
I knew
Okay.
it.
But that's because there's so many more options. But given all the recent stuff that's popping up about the Bachelor Nation and all of the racist stuff going on with it right now, I don't know if I would want to be a part of that conversation. Just because I feel like, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Rachel Lindsay, the Bachelorette.
Yeah.
I feel like anytime something like that happens, she almost has to speak out about it. And I'm just like, I'm sure which, never mind, because she is kind of like advocating for that, like for more, I guess, equitable stuff to happen with the franchise. But I don't want that pressure. I just want the options that come with it.
So I love New York.
Okay, I love Leah.
And so would it be a majority black cast? Would you have some mix up in there? What's going on over there?
Slight mix, majority black.
Okay.
Just so I can at least test the waters a little bit.
You don't wanna
just in case.
Yourself.
Just in case. You never know. But I like the options. I would probably do I need something so we can have some activities in there so I can watch people do stuff.
They normally go on a trip.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hiking. Don't they hike?
Yeah. So that's some of the perks, I feel like, on stuff. New York, she was eliminating people weekly, right?
Yeah. I mean, it essentially was The Bachelor or Bachelorette. They just, threw a little mess in there every now and then.
Yeah, I don't want nobody that's been on the show before. Like, she kind of dealt with that a little bit. But definitely, I think I could deal with that. I know you were trying to say earlier I could do next.
Pretty
much the same concept. Very quick, in and out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I could probably do those too.
Okay. I would do like an old school dating show. So there's 3 guys behind a shield or something. They're telling me who they are, what they do.
Oh my God, those would be fun.
I would do something like that because I don't need a 12-week episode situation. Just give me one episode, 30 minutes. If we hit it off, we hit it off. If we don't, we don't. So it can be like, I know there was a dedicated dating show back in the day, but like I even remember like Ricky Lake doing it from time to time, or like random daytime hosts doing it. So whatever of those platforms, just sign me up.
Okay. It's so funny you said that because I was thinking like for some reason I would want to do Love Connection.
Oh wait, was that
Which
the
one
one?
Was Love Connection?
Were they sitting on the couch?
They're sitting on the couch and the girls on the TV in the back.
Yes,
and they're talking about their dates. It's like I think they were going 3 dates, right?
Yes, wasn't
I'd be on Love Connection. That was some 90s shit.
I don't really remember.
What
was
that the
much.
one where it was like
Room Raiders?
Oh,
is that technically a dating show?
Technically, yes.
Room Raiders is when they would go to each other's rooms and see like the different things in
that
there.
black light.
That damn black light. They got every time. Like, here we go.
Let's go to the bed.
But the crazy thing is that I think when I first started watching, I was like, what is this, slobber?
No.
I didn't know what it was at that time either.
At that time, I was just like, okay.
Kissing in the bed. I didn't know what the hell.
Whatever it is. I was like,
It went over my head back then.
Yeah.
I could do Room Raiders.
What was the one? Was it the thing where like you go on there with your current?
Oh, you talking about Change Your Heart?
Yes.
Nah,
that show is hilarious.
I could not do that.
Wasn't there like a Date My Mom or like wasn't there what was the MTV one?
I did not want to date your daughter or something like that. Well, you're missing out because my daughter's a cute girl. Step out from the curtain, Susie.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to MTV.
He was short anyway.
Oh my God, that was a good show.
I forgot about that. And then there was the other one, the X.
Sign me up for that. Sign me up for that.
That would be hilarious.
Remember the one where like you had like the parents didn't like the boyfriend?
Yes, that was on
They would sit with the parents while the girls went on the date.
The best part about that show was like the intro where they talked about why they hated the boyfriend. Right.
Yeah.
He's horrible. He's a loser.
And he cusses all the time. He cusses at me.
Shut up, old man. Yeah, me and your daughter gonna be doing it. Yeah, this was just saying random shit. I'm
The
like,
most
this is so
reckless stuff.
fucking fake. But yes, that was. What was the name of that show?
I don't remember that
I
one.
hate my daughter's
Fuck.
boyfriend. Or it was something
So stupid. We used to be watching some damn MTV.
Yeah, shout out to MTV, man. They definitely were killing the reality.
There was
dating
another
shit.
show that was really bad too. Not bad, but I probably wouldn't do it. But it was where like you go with your ex somewhere, and like you go with your current boyfriend, and then your ex goes with their current girlfriend, and then somehow
I feel like
y'all
I do remember something like that.
somehow y'all end
Y'all
up
end up-
switching or something like
Okay.
Switching partners or eventually getting.
like the exes end up together. So you go on
And
this,
then
you think you're on this romantic getaway with your like
I
significant
think I know
other,
what
and
you're
then you
talking
end up
about.
like, wait a second, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I think I do remember that.
And then it's supposed to what? Maybe rekindle some
It's
shit.
almost like another version of change of heart or something, I feel like. But
then
basically,
did the current partners would be together?
I think
They're
so.
in the
And like
suite? Damn, I
they're,
forgot.
yeah, and
I
they're
can't quite
in their
remember.
suite or whatever. It's like, oh, it's been a mix up. You guys are switching or something like that.
Kind of remember
And
that.
then basically the new people are like, I can't believe this. And they're just talking the whole time, and they're just worried about their significant other. Meanwhile, they having sex or something
I
like
do
that.
remember that
Okay,
vaguely.
yeah,
I do.
vaguely remember that.
No,
shit.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
No, I
my
wouldn't be
other
going on
one,
that, no.
although it's not quite dating, but I would be on Hell Date. I'd be the pranker though.
Hell date.
The pranker.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm the person that's doing the prank.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
the
yeah,
dater.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the person I'm going to date.
yeah, yeah.
Man.
I always wanted to be on that show actually, because I'm like, I'm a good actor.
I'm sorry, but
I can
that
make this a hell
that
date.
Little, that little devil thing.
I think I may have watched like the first few episodes of that, but yeah.
We used to watch it as a family. My dad used to get a trip
course.
every single time the little
I'm not
devil came
surprised.
out.
I'm not surprised.
You're on Hell date. Yeah, okay.
Oh my God. Okay. Well,
Well, in the spirit of Valentine's, hopefully nobody else has a hell date
Ooh,
going
straight
on
up,
here.
straight up.
Enjoy. the
yes,
holiday.
enjoy. Be
Yeah.
careful.
Bundle up.
Absolutely.
Look,
Damn,
Bundle
I'm trying
up.
to think what would be a good movie to watch tonight. I already
Malcolm
saw
and
Judas,
Marie.
Saw that. And
The
that's
Black
not a good
Messiah.
movie to watch.
That's probably not a good movie to watch
Especially if
today.
shit's on the rocks and you trying to come
Oh,
back.
don't watch that
No.
today.
I
Okay.
already saw Judas and the Black Messiah.
Okay. Well,
Snuggle love. I don't know. Do something.
All right, maybe
Love
Cinderella.
Jones. Ain't that your thing? Sylvie's Love. Yeah, watch that.
Oh.
Have you seen it yet?
I haven't
Okay,
either.
Okay.
Love and basketball. Do that.
Love and Basketball. Also, I saw The Tenant. That's all that I have. for
The
you guys.
Tenant? Oh,
Right.
okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah. We'll talk about it.
So if you liked what you heard, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on social media at He Said, We Said. And y'all have a great week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.